Peace, my family, and roll back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This is your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good nine mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys are most definitely moving on up in your higher natures and cleansing. Yeah, you know what's up, we gotta cleanse. Cleansing the lows. I came out here today to read. This right here is the great book of the living, the holy tablets. It continues. This right here will definitely help you to understand and understand the truth of it all. Alright? And this right here will definitely give you everything you need and more, right? To help you piece it all together, right? This is the missing link, right? So, let's get to it, family. It continues. The Monozygotic, from the word mono, from the English, the Middle English, the Old French, and the Latin and Greek, from the monos, meaning a single or single alone, and zoic, meaning yolk, which is derived from a single fertilized ovum or embryonic cell mass. This usually happens when the identical twins, which is occurs after fertilization and often after implantation in the uterus. As a result, twins almost always share a peninsula, although each has its own cord and bag of water. Fraternal births are zygotic, meaning having two zygotes, which is a cell formed by a union of two gametes, especially a fertilized ovum before cleavage. From the Greek zotos, yoked from, meaning to yoke, depriving two separately fertilized eggs. There are also palindromic, fertilized fraternal twins, from the word polo, Greek, and meaning much, many, and again zoic, from yoke, or zoic, from which are births that are caused by fertility drugs. They arise two or more fertilized eggs and may be from either sex. Fraternal twins have separate water bags and cords and separate peninsulas as well. Occasionally, the two eggs implant close together in the uterus so that the peninsulas become fused, and it looks as though the twins are sharing the same one. So each time an agreeable aninaki was born, whether male or female, his or her twin was to be agreeable. The creation of Luciferian's order, or genie, was the end of the first cycle. The beginning of the second cycle was a half diameter of 7,000 years, in which you have what you call the angelic beings, be they agreeable seraphim or disagreeable garabai. The race of Natas, were cast down from the fourth plane, the mental plane, and made to dwell on the second plane, the plane of force, before their physical plane. El Elam, the source, gave them rule and comfort until the end of the second cycle, or the 14,000th year after their creation. At the beginning of the third cycle, which took 7,000 years, you have the disagreeable way, the Garbat, or the agreeable, the Yam, the Seraphat, both of which are called the Yahwehans or Jehovahans. And you also have the process of the Adamites of the 14th generations, before the completion of the Adamite project in the laboratory in cementing the Project Mars project, or the Sphinx Project. This genetic breeding and slicing, the chromosome tampering, is that which gave birth to Cadman, called also Zycar, and even Adam. These Yahwehs or Jehovahs were both personifying into physical form to come to the planet Earth as physical beings. For there was no place found anymore for them in the fourth plane, the heavens. For when the winds heard the news of the creation of the Adama Project and the prototype that which was laid before them, they created much war and mischief in the heavens. And this war is recorded in the scriptures, Revelations 12 degree 7th verse, as and there was war in heaven, and Marduk and his Seraphat fought against the Drago Halo and his Garabab, and the Seraphat did win. So there was no place found there anymore in Orion for them. And the great dragon, who was Halo, son of Icarus, was cast out. The old reptilian called the devil, and the serpent, which deceived the whole planet Earth. He was cast out into earth, and his Galbat did personify with him. After that, the Naztas began to do disagreeable acts and disobey El Elohim, the head Yahweh, the Most High, density of all the entities, the source, and he condemned them. Naztas, also called Lucifer, who was an extraterrestrial being on Terran or astral or extraterrestrial. The Luciferian order came out of a group of extraterrestrial beings called the Yahwehs, sometimes called the Jehovahs. The Luciferians would interfere with the beings on this planet called Earth and pass themselves off as gods. The Luciferians, after taking their independence, were allowed to work with the Yahwehs together at one time to conquer certain portions of this planet. But one such Luciferian named Halo, son of Nataj, wanted to rule all the stars of the heavens, meaning all the Yahwehs. Leviathan, the serpent people, one of the reptilian seeds, or the Luciferians, had been trying to gain control over this planet for many thousands of Earth years, and they are called the Sex Spirit Force, also called Porne. They are able to seduce and deceive all those with desires on Earth, turning lust to luster, thereby attracting and controlling all with it. As Nukaba was seduced by Leviathan powers of lust, it is the death of divinity and the birth of morality. That's why the Intergalactic Confederation quarantined the planet. If enough entities were looking for freedom from control of the Luciferians, the Intergalactic Confederation would remove these sources from the Earth. Yet humans love to lust, and less to love, expressing energy and emotion, over-exalting their emotions, bringing about their spiritual death. There's a group called the Satanists who are not the same as the Luciferians. Their other names are Divines or Akashites or Kahasnas. These Satans are more like sadistic than the Luciferians, whose leader was Lucifer, also called Antaz, which is simply Satan spelled backwards. They are also called the Satanahuns. They have supplanted themselves in every facet of life that you can think of, and now they have you naming yourselves after them. The Satanists seek mind control and dominance, while the Luciferians seek to control the energies of others. They are best described as vampires who draw energy from others, also called Dracula or Dracos, or serpent dragons called Leviathan. These Luciferians are from a planet called Meldak, the 11th planet, and this planet called Earth, even as Luciferians and Yahwehs, and some of them are disagreeable Elohim, they don't usually work together. However, they will come together if there are common interests. The Yahwehs were the original 24 elders. There were 12 ex-Luciferians, the dissatisfied, and the other 12 were agreeable, the Dionysians. That's why you have 12 satisfied and 12 dissatisfied. Sarkhan, who is also called Bala or Zuin or Tarnish, subject all of them, the Yahwehs called the Luciferians, to chastisement of internal damnation, except for the weak ones of the family of the Elohim. These, one moment, right now, these, he has pardoned and has appointed one of them, the Halashis, to be their governor, and he granted them a new law called religion. It was other than Nuwapu, sound right reasoning. When the cycle elapsed, the wicked sons of Zakar were tarnished, blasphemed, and commanded disagreeable acts because their nature was intended to. A new El, the Most High sent Marduk, the son of Enki and Damkinen, who is called Mikael, and the agreeable beings to admonish them and advise them. However, it was in vain. Marduk was sent because he knew their nature, having been the disagreeable twin to his sister, Belat, who was agreeable. So in the beginning of the fourth cycle of 7,000 years, you have the Seraphat, the Garabet, and humans, later called humans, or humans, later called humans, be they agreeable or disagreeable. You see the cycle is broken up into fours. When these disagreeable beings were cast out, 1/3 of them were cast out from the 19th galaxy, Oyun, with Tarnish. Now you have the sun, and you have the 10 planets, and planets speed up when they get closer to the sun. The ancient Greek called certain points of light in the skies the planet, or planet, word that means wandering stars, named them after their gods. Hermes, Eris, Aphrodite, Zeus, Kronos. Instead of using the names of the Greek gods, these planets are now called by the name of, or equivalent to, the Roman gods. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, planets that shine by reflected light. Alright, so that right there was the end of that part. So let's look at a place to stop for now. Alright, so again, you are encouraged so much so to check this out yourself and begin to read, because again, if you want to know, the truth is here, and it's all you need to do your part. And if you want to know and you want to raise your consciousness levels up, and you're sick of being lied to about everything, and you want to check things out for yourself, don't believe me, right? Check it out for yourself in the words of my master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Then it's here just for you. Alright, it's on the channel. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, I want y'all all to know again that you are loved beyond this world, and begin to spread that love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Peace, salam, asher, divine love, family, and Badu. And it's all